here.
Thank you. Welcome. Great shirt.
I was like, I used to work in a video store back in the days of the first X-Men movies. I was at university, and now I'm here speaking with you, so it's kind of surreal.
That's great.
Yeah. So as my first question, we have an ongoing partnership with Arcadia Cinema, which has been awarded as one of the best cinema in Europe. It has a screen that is 100 feet wide, one of the biggest Dolby Atmos configuration all over the world. And we are going to have a special screening of the movie with 20th Century Fox Italy. So why is it important to see and live and breathe a movie like Dark Phoenix on a huge movie screen?
Look, I think movies at their best are immersive experiences, right? They transport us into a world. And all of the talented people who work on these movies are trying to create a multi-sensory experience, right? So it's obviously it's visual, it's auditory, it's shared by virtue of being in a theater with other people who are reacting to what's taking place on screen. So, for all of those efforts, there is no better place to experience the intention of the filmmakers than in a screening like that. And, in particular, we have Hans Zimmer's score. Our editor, Lee Smith, is also somebody who is meticulous in helping to design the sound and to design the sound effects and the way that sound can enhance the experience of a movie. And this one in particular is a bit more subjective. It's a slightly different tone than what you've seen before, all of which will be heightened by a screening like that.
So how has your job changed during the years? You started as an executive at the 20th Century Fox, right? And now, the producer of the movies. So, practically speaking, how's the job changed during all these years?
In some ways, not as much as you might think, because a lot of the threshold issues on these movies are questions I was dealing with when I was at the studio. And, from casting to directors to script to budget to visual effects, all of those things were part of my daily work and my daily brief. The big change is then I was managing many projects. Now I get to focus on one at a time, or sometimes, one and a half. Sometimes they overlap a little bit. And that means I can immerse myself that much more fully into the process and into the details. What I love is being in a position to advocate for people and ideas. So that's obviously directors and actors and writers, but it's also all the crew. And at the studio, you're a bit more removed from that. You're not in a position to be there every day, obviously.
Like more embedded in
Yeah. So part of what I love about being a producer is I can take all the experience I have from having been at a studio and worked on many, many different kinds of movies and apply it to the challenges of this one film and try to help give all these incredibly talented people, which I am not, the tools they need to succeed. Help them do their best work. And that's something, I've really come to love.
And I'm very curious because usually when a studio have to sell a movie to the audience, they usually playing coy with the plot elements. But in Dark Phoenix materials, you made quite clear since the beginning that somebody is going to die and it's a huge death. Why have you decided to go down this path?
Good question. The challenge with these movies is to convince the audience each time that they should come back. And one of the things we wanted to do with Dark Phoenix was to do something bolder than we had done with the X-Men movies before. Part of that was the tone, and part of that tone was showing a willingness. The tone of the movie obviously is much more real and grounded, and it's about someone losing control and the threat that she poses to herself and to the people she loves. So part of the promise of that idea is there are going to be consequences. And in showing that someone was going to die, and it was likely, somebody as important as Raven, to us, it was our way of communicating to the audience, we're not playing around. We're not going to do the superficial version of this story. We're going to go for it. And that we felt was important for them to understand as part of our invitation to come see our movie.
So that's also one of the reasons for you to decide to somehow revisit a story that you've already touched with the Last Stand?
It was. I mean, that was something that really came mostly from Simon, who had written Last Stand and always felt that he hadn't really done that storyline justice, that it was a subplot really to the Cure plot. And as a result, he felt strongly he wanted a chance to kind of right that wrong and do the more fulsome, more accurate, better telling of the Dark Phoenix story, particularly because it's one of the most important comic runs of all time.
As my last question, what's your general opinion for the Fox and Disney merging, also for the future of comic book movies?
I think it can only be good. What Marvel has done, I give a lot of credit to X-Men and X-Men 1, which I didn't work on, as being a movie that really changed the landscape. But what Marvel has done for comic book movies and for movies in general is extraordinary. And their skill on all levels at Disney is remarkable. And the idea of teaming, the best elements of Fox and Disney together, to me, only creates a better support system and framework for filmmakers and storytellers to communicate to their audiences. So I'm terrifically excited about it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Pleasure.